This is something we were talking about the other day. When does a fight start? When does a fight stop? And a lot of it's to do with the mindset. And of course, I say this every time. Every situation is different. If people are drunk or they're out of it or whatever, it could be different. If people are already working off a long-term prejudice, if it's someone that you've got a grief with, a long-term thing with, if it's something in traffic and suddenly people get angry, can be all sorts of different situations, so this will vary. But as a general rule of thumb, there is a body language and a distance thing which you can use to at least give you a rough idea. Can I borrow you a second? Do my standard body, thank you. Yeah. So, if we're toe to toe like this, and that phrase is used for a reason, he can punch me, I can punch him. We are basically it's on like Donkey Kong. It's very rare that you get this close if there's already conflict going on. There's always some of that. If it's about here and we're just outside of reach, obviously people can kick, but it's not that common. If you're just outside of reach, quite often you're still getting you'll get the monkey dance body language, or you'll get you'll get the head moving, and you'll get this kind of stuff. And sometimes you get this where they open the chest up and they're trying to get you to strike first, all that kind of stuff. I mean, but it's about this distance, all right? Another step back. Psychologically, this makes a huge difference between that, where you can get the posturing and the precursor to the actual fight, but 2 meters makes a huge difference. A lot of people will still be kind of considering what they're going to be doing. Obviously people do just come at you flat out sometimes, but at least it's thinking distance, it's 2 steps. So when you're dealing with your self-defense situations, or you're dealing with a conflict situation, maybe not even as escalated to physical, if you can somehow, when people are squaring up or they're starting to posture, whatever it is, if you can make your slightly spiral movement, don't move straight back, because they can move quicker forwards than you can walk backwards, but backwards, just try and put a little bit of distance between you. And if you can do it in a way that doesn't look like you're backing down and cowering, you're less likely to give them signals of dominance and they can overpower and all that kind of stuff. Another thing, again, we've mentioned this before, your body language. This. Not this, not 90 degrees, hands up, I'm giving in, your alpha male kind of thing. This. Like you just walked into a classroom full of annoying kids and you're like, alright, calm down. So, head up, nice and relaxed. So you're obviously trying to de-escalate. One thing nowadays, anything that ever happens, everyone's got their phones out, everyone's got fantastic cameras, it's all going to be on video. If this dude is a complete psycho nutcase and comes up to me and throws a couple of punches, and then I'm lucky enough to smack him into the floor and he hits his head, in 18 months when this comes to court, it's not going to be drunk guy picking on the old bloke with the Cockney accent and the funny nose. It's going to be our martial arts guy broke that bloke's neck. And they won't care about the preamble. That's what happens. If on the video the old bloke with the funny hair is doing this, it's like, I know he didn't want to bar him, he was trying to calm it down, and then the guy fell over. So think about this stuff. Also, just from another point of view, if I've got this up here, I know he's going to punch down the middle. He's not going to swing around the outside of this because he can see it's blocked. So to a certain extent you can predict the future. This is all other stuff. But the main thing is, if he's there and I'm there, it's on. If I get a step back, it's slightly safer. By about 2 meters, there's some kind of diffusion of what's going on. And then, in my experience, and I know lots of people will argue with this, if I can get about 4 or 5 meters away, so about here, he might still choose to pursue or to engage, but in his head, there isn't actually a hand-to-hand. It completely takes the sting out of it. So if and this is why I always say to people, if you can roll, if your ukemi is decent, if you can get 4 or 5 meters away, and obviously, you've got to watch where you're rolling. But if I'm here and there's something going on, if I can get away, it's got the added bonus of giving me the distance, but of also him going, what the hell did that old bloke just do? It changes the psychological makeup of what's going on. So think about your distance. My eye isn't just, can he hit me, can I hit him? Is this, you know, is this leg distance, or is it fist distance, or is it elbow distance? Do I need to bridge? It's not just that. My eye is also the psychological distance as to whether I'm triggering something or whether I've got the ability to diffuse something.